Welcome everyone to my channel SAP with Saurabh. In this session, we will cover the configuration step of extended withholding tax. In a extended withholding tax, the steps are basic setting, calculation, company code, and posting. So each step has some parts. So under basic setting, there has some parts. So where we will check the withholding tax in our country, withholding tax key. In a calculation step, we will create the tax type, withholding tax type for invoice posting, withholding tax type for payment posting, and withholding tax code. Then we comes to the another part, which is company code. Here we assign the accounts for withholding tax type and active our company code in the country. And next step is posting. Here we assign the accounts for withholding tax to be paid over, and also create the GL for withholding tax. So let's start. Here we put the T code SPRO. Click SP reference IMG, SAP reference IMG. Now we click on financial accounting new. Then click on financial accounting global setting new. Then select withholding tax. Click on extended withholding tax. Then click on basic setting. Click on check withholding tax in a country. Click on position, put the country IN. So here we see that in our country India, which is assigned in a withholding tax country, already assigned in a withholding tax country. Now we define the withholding tax key, put the country IN. So here basically we create our withholding TDS sections, or you can say that the tax section, like 194.2 for salary, 194C for payment to contractor, 194J for professional technical services. So those kind of tax section we have created here. So now we create a tax section here. So click on new entries. Put the tax key. Now put the description of the section. So now it has been shown that the section has been created already. So we can use the same step for creation the new tax section. Or withholding tax key. The same step we follow for creation withholding tax key. So now we'll check the recipient type, put the country key, which is IN. So in a recipient key, basically we use CO for companies and OT for others, as per respect of our withholding tax type. So here we see that for K1 withholding tax type, our recipient type has been assigned CO and OT, CO for companies and OT for others. So K1, K2, those are the tax type for other company code. So now before assign these, we have to follow some other step. Now we come to the calculation part. Here we have to create withholding tax type. So click on withholding tax type. Now define withholding tax type for invoice posting. So for this session, our company code is PNM, chart of accounts also PNM. So here we click on for new session. Put the T code OBY6 for global parameter setting. Click on position. Put the company code PNM. Select our company code and double click on it. So here it has shown that our chart of accounts PNM, company PNM, fiscal year variant is PN, and field status variant is PNM, and posting period also is PNM. So we have also set this parameter in our global setting. Back to the screen, last screen. So now we have to define the withholding tax type for invoice posting. Put the country key, which is IN. Here we create our withholding tax type for invoice posting. So for withholding tax type for invoice posting, the withholding tax type is P1 and P2 for payment posting. So P1 we create for withholding tax type for payment invoice posting, and P2 we create for withholding tax type for payment posting. So now click on new entries, put the withholding tax type P1 description 194C payment to contractor for invoice posting. And the remaining settings will be same. And in a calculation part for base amount, we have to select net amount. So when the tax will be levied, so it will calculate it on the net amount. Okay, we will create our withholding tax type for invoice posting. So our description we create for 194J professional service for invoice posting. Not create for 194C, we create for 194J professional service for invoice. And the base amount always select the net amount. So when we divide the tax at that time it will calculate on the net amount. And the other settings will be remain same. Now click on save. So it has shown that the entry already exists, so this name already exists. So we check with, we create with another name. We use the another name for creation the withholding tax type for invoice posting. So we create for withholding tax type for invoice posting is Y1 and payment posting is Y2. So we change the P1 and we use the Y1 for create the withholding tax type for invoice posting. So we have created it for invoice posting withholding tax type, which is Y1. Now we create withholding tax type for payment posting. Select define withholding tax type for payment posting, put the country key. Click on new entries, put the withholding tax type Y2 and put the description 194J professional service for payment posting, and the remain setting will be same. Then you have to click on save button. So it has shown that this Y2 has been created already, so we have to change the withholding tax type. So let's see. So we use S2 instead of the position of Y2. So we use S2 for withholding tax type for payment posting. So now we click on save button. So here we have created Y1 for withholding tax type for invoice posting and S2 for withholding tax type for payment posting. Now we have to create the withholding tax code. So select withholding tax code and now select define withholding tax codes. Put the country key, which is IN. Here click on new entries. Before click on new entries, we have to check that other tax type and tax code here we for other companies. So click on position and put any other tax type if we created previously. So there has some tax type for K1 and tax code A1 for 194 194J technical and professional service for invoice posting at the rate 10%. So the tax code, if we applied, so it will deduct or levy the tax amount which is 10% for K1 and K1 tax type and A1 tax code. It will levy the 10% tax. So now we click on new entries and put the tax type which is Y1 and put the tax code which is A1. Put the tax key which is 194J. Then put the description. (194J) professional service for invoice at the rate 10%. So when we applied the withholding tax type Y1 and withholding tax code A1, so it will deduct the tax amount which is 10%. So base amount is 100. We use the base amount 100 because when we levy the tax tax percentage 10%, so it will calculate on the gross amount which is 100. Like here we mentioned that 100. So in that case, when we levy the tax amount, so it will calculate on 100. So the tax percentage is 10. So now calculation here we put the tax rate which is 10 and posting here we define 1. A1 for 10%, of Y1, A2 for 2% for Y1, B1 for 10% for S2 and B2 for 2% for S2. So A1 we use to tax rate or tax percentage 10% for Y1 withholding tax type for invoice posting, and A2 we use for 2% tax percentage for Y1 withholding tax type for invoice posting, and B1 we use for 10% tax rate for S2, which is withholding tax type for payment posting, and B2 which is 2% tax rate uh, for S2, which is withholding tax type for payment posting. So we have to create it all the tax code. Withholding tax type S2 tax code B2, put that withholding tax key, base amount and tax rate, and then save. Same as we have to create it B2 tax code, fill the all necessary details, click on save. So now we check that all the tax code we have created. So for S2, B1 and B2 tax code we have created, and click on position, check Y1 tax type. So here it has shown that Y1 and Y1 for A1 tax code and Y1 for A2 tax code we have created. Click on back. Now select company code. Here we assign the withholding tax type for to company code. So select assign withholding tax type to company code. Click on new entries, put the company code, PA name, withholding tax type which is Y1 for withholding tax type for invoice posting, recipient type we'll discuss it soon, so we skip this now. Fill the withholding tax obligate from which date and which will be continuing date, we have to mention it here. Put the withholding tax number, we assume a tax number here. Click on save button, and also we have to tick the vendor data here. So here we have to tick withholding tax agent in vendor data. Select this box. and click on back. Now as the same process we follow for S2, for which is withholding tax type for payment posting. So Y1 and S2, those withholding tax type is assigned with our company code. Now active with extended withholding tax. Click on position, put our company code PNM and tick on extended withholding tax. So now withholding tax, extended withholding tax activate for our company code. So click on save. Open a new screen or new session. Now put the FS00 for GL creation, put the company code. Now we create a GL under liability side. So we create the GL for 194J, TDS on invoice account. Put the long text. Click Control Data tab. Select the necessary details and also fill the necessary details. Now save our GL. Now create another GL for 194J TDS payment. Put the long text. Fill the other required fields and click on save. So our GL has been created. Now back to the last screen. Now click on posting. Now click on accounts for withholding tax. Here define the accounts for withholding tax to be paid over. Put the chart of accounts, which is PNM. Tick those fields, those checkbox, and click on save. Now click on uh, at first we have to click on the accounts. Here we maintain the withholding tax type, which is Y1, and S2. Put the withholding tax code A1, A2, B1, B2. Now mention the GL. So click on a new session, put the FS00. Here we find the GL for 10003 for TDS 194J TDS invoice. So we copy the GL number and paste here, and for a TDS payment GL we copy the GL number 10004 and paste here. Now click on save. Click on back. Back to the home screen and put the SPRO. Click on SAP reference IMG. Now select Logistic General. Scroll down and then select tax on goods movement. Select India. Select master data. Basic setting. Then select maintain company code setting. Here put the company code, previous company code, and now copy the company code and fill our new company details, company code PNM, and all the other remaining details we have to fill as same. And click on save. So here we select a select a company code, and then we copy this company code and fill our new company details, and then we click on save button. So now Again we come to the withholding tax portion. So here we select check recipient type, click on new entry, put the withholding tax type Y1 and recipient type CO, text company Y1 for Scotty, for others same as S2 for company CO, recipient type CO, and S2 recipient type OT, and text others. Click on save. So now assign recipient type with our company with the tax code. So assign withholding tax type to company code. We have to select assign withholding tax type to company code. After creation of recipient type, you have to select a withholding tax type to company code. So here click on position, put our company code and select the tax code, and also here we mention our recipient type. So here we didn't mention it, we skip this portion. If it's required, so you can mention it here, your recipient type, but in this video we skip this recipient type. Now we come to the FK02 screen for edit vendor. Put the FK02 and here we select our vendor. Put the country which is IN. Click on new session, because here we also mention the PAN number here, because if we didn't mention the PAN number here, so the TDS will not be deducted or it will not be levied. So that's why we have to mention the tax number, PAN number. So click on for the new session, here we put the T code OMT3E. So we use the T code OMT3E, then select user screen reference, click on position. So our username, we put the username here. So our username not defined here, so we have to create for new entries. Or select another username and then copy, or we can also create for new user. Click on new entries, put our username and put asterisk sign as a reference and click on save. So now we go back to our vendor screen, and again we select our vendor code, and when we enter it, so it will show on a scene master tab or the scene tab. Here we mention our PAN number. After mentioning our PAN number, we click on back, and after that we have to save the data. Here we mention the PAN number and then click on back and save it. Now here also mention your tax withholding tax type and click on the checkbox of liable. Mention your tax withholding tax type and click on the checkbox in a liable option. So you have to select this liable checkbox. in here we also can mention the recipient type. So in our tax code we didn't mention the recipient type, we skip this portion. So here we also didn't mention the recipient type, we skip this portion also. So the PAN number and the tax withholding tax type we mention in our vendor code. So now back to the main screen and put the SPRO, then click on SAP reference IMG. Click on financial account, then financial accounting global setting new, then click on extended, then select the withholding tax, then click on extended withholding tax. Now click on India. Here we select the defined business place. Click on new entries, put the company code, put the section code like QL for Kolkata, and SIL for Siliguri. Click on save. Fill those details of our business places. Click on save. So we define our business places. Now we have to select define section code. Put the company code PNM. Here in a business place we have to click on checkbox. So it has shown that which business place we have created. It will show those business place, or we can do this by another way. So click on a new session, then put SPRO, then click on SAP reference IMG. Press Ctrl F. Here we search for business places. Press enter or click on right sign. Select define business places or business places. We have to select this. Click on business places, define business places. Put company code PNM. Click on new entries. Mention the business places. Click on save. Fill the details of business places. Then create another business places also. Fill the details and click on save. Then active business places. Here we see that our country has activated for the business places. So these business places we have created. So now click on define section code. Put the company code PNM, and when we click on the checkbox, so the business places has been shown which we have created. So select the business places, KOL for Kolkata and SIL for Siliguri. Click on save. Click on back. Now put the T code FS00. Put the GL number for expenses. Create a GL for expenses. Select the short text. Service account. Put the long text. Press the controlling data tab. put the asterisk sign in a tax category. For that, it allows all kind of taxes. Short key for 001. And the field status group, we have to fill the field status group 001 for general accounting, but we have to change the 001 with the field status for 004 for cost accounting. So now select the GL number for services and click on edit, and here we fill the field status group for 004 for cost accounting, because otherwise if we not change it, so it will not allow for cost object, so that's why we change it. Now we put the T code for invoice posting, which is FB60, and fill the required details. Put the business place and section, put the GL. Here we put the cost center object or cost center. Now click on calculate tax. After that, we click on withholding tax tab. For 194J professional service for invoice, put the tax code A1, which is 10%, and select simulate option. So now here it has shown that the journal entries which is service account debit 1000, TCS, which is our vendor, TCS account credit 900, and 194J TDS invoice account credit 100. So we charge tax percentage 10%. So our TDS will be TDS has been deducted on the amount of 1000, and the TDS amount is 100, which is the 10% of 1000. So now we have to save this data. So in this session we have completed our extended withholding tax configuration. So please subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon for upcoming videos. Thank you for watching. We will come with another video. Stay with my channel. Thank you.